Hi, it's Akasha. Welcome to my podcast, 100 Days Podcast. So today, third. Can you say that? Third. Alright. So today I'm going to talk about the reason why I film this podcast every day. Why not make some stock? I've filmed 50 episodes and I've never made some stock. I do every day. Why do I do that? The reason why I film this podcast every day is I want to show my growth, and I want to show how important doing it every day is. I just believe it is important to do every day. You know what? Little by little. I've talked about this one yesterday, so I think it is really important. That's how I learned English. I don't want to stop. Maybe I'm afraid of stopping, but that's how I learned English. So I don't want to make some stock. I want to film this podcast every day. I want to show my growth. However, I can film every day, but it is really difficult to upload this podcast every day. I want to do that, to be honest. I want to upload this podcast every day. However, it's quite difficult because it takes time to edit. I don't put subtitles, I don't put music, so it seems easy. However, my laptop is quite old and it takes time to export, and I have to check. Sorry, this is an excuse, but yeah. I have to check each episode. So that's why I stopped uploading every day. Yeah. And the second reason why, where am I? Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I want to do that. And they are difficult things. So they are difficult things to... What was I? So, yeah, anyway, so there's some difficult parts that I do this podcast. So, and also, I have to prepare the theme for 100 episodes. You know what? When I decided to start this podcast, I didn't prepare the theme. I mean, I didn't decide what I was going to talk about. So, yeah. Actually, this theme, I've prepared this theme. I mean, filming podcast every day. Why not make some stock? I've prepared this theme today's morning. So this morning, it came up to me, and I'm speaking about it. But basically, I don't make some scripts. So at this moment, I just like freestyle. I just speak. I just say something come up to me right now. So yeah, doing podcast is quite difficult, but I like it differently. I like it, and I've been improving differently. I can say that. So I want to do so 50 episodes left. So I'm gonna prepare the theme for remaining days. Yeah, that's it. So I've talked about this episode for 15 minutes. 15 minutes is fine, I think. Alright. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. ここから日本語で喋っていきたいと思います。今日話した内容としては、毎日ポッドキャストを撮る理由、なぜストックを作らないのかについて話しました。これまで50個エピソードをフィルミングしてきて、これまでね、一回もストックを作ったことがないんですね。もう毎日、見ていただいたら分かるように、毎日今日の日付っていうのをお見せしているので、携帯で分かると思うんですけど、ストックを一回も作ったことがないです。で、なぜストックを作らないかっていうと、自分の成長をお見せしたいと。毎日コツコツやることが大事だと思っているので、それを、証明じゃないですけど、お見せするために、毎日フィルムしていますと。で、フィルムするのは、できるのはできるんですよ。ただフィルムする時間を作って、仕事終わりに家に帰ってきて晩ご飯食べて、ポッドキャスト撮ってっていう、そういう時間を作れば、全然毎日撮ることできるんですけど、アップロードするのは難しいよねっていう話もしました。やっぱり、全然エディットっていうエディットはしてないんですけど、やっぱりエディットに時間がかかるので、本当だったら毎日アップロードしたいと。でもアップロードするのはちょっと難しいですっていう話もしています。で、あとは何を喋るかと。トークテーマを決めるのが結構難しいなって思ってて、正直、50個エピソード撮り終わってあと50個、今日含めると、50個かあるんですけど、全然トークテーマ決まってなくて、そう毎日ポッドキャスト100日間毎日ポッドキャストを撮ろうって決めた時に全然用意してなかったんですね。思いつきでやり始めたので。だからそのトークテーマを決めるのが難しいなっていう話もしました。スクリプトは全然書いてないので、大体どういうことを喋るみたいな流れは決めてるんですけど、スクリプトとか作り込んでないので、そこは即興で喋ってるし、それがいいかなと思うので、英語力向上のためにやっぱりスクリプトを作ってしまうとただのリーディングみたいになるので、そこはスクリプトを作らずにやっていますね。はい、それが難しいという話もしました。そんなところです。Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Today, fourth. Can you say that? Fourth. Alright. So, today I'm gonna talk about how many hours do I study English on weekdays? Okay, on average, how many hours do I study? I study for 3 hours at least. Before I've studied in the morning. However, I realized that I'm not an early bird. That's why I study on my way to work and on my way home, and at home after work. I study at night instead, not in the morning. I stopped it. I'm not an early bird. I'm a night owl. But anyway, yes. However, I don't include time for talking with my partner. My partner is Ukrainian and she speaks English and Ukrainian and Russian. However, I can't speak Ukrainian and Russian, so she can speak Japanese a little bit, but yeah, of course I can speak Japanese, but basically we communicate in English. But I don't include this time. So I just study for 3 hours, which means I learn vocabulary and I do shadowing practice and I watch Netflix, I listen to podcast. What else? Practice pronunciation, and I film this podcast, so I speak to myself like this. So this is what I do. Yep. So I study for 3 hours. Yeah, is it short? I'm not sure. Of course, I want to study more. However, yeah, maybe it's gonna be an excuse. So, yeah, I will not say that. But anyway, I want to study more. Yes. So, and why I decided to talk about this topic, because on YouTube there are lots of people can speak English fluently, like a native speaker, and they can speak better than me. Of course, I'm an intermediate English learner. Yeah, and I want to know how many hours they study, because they can speak English well. So I'm so curious how many hours they study. So that's why I'm talking about this topic, how many hours I study on weekdays. On weekend, I study longer, but I also do, video things. Yeah. All right. That's it. Is it short? 3 minutes and 50. Yeah, almost 4 minutes. All right. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. ここから日本語で喋っていきたいと思います。今日話した内容としては、平日何時間勉強してるかについて話しました。自分は普通のサラリーマンで木曜日から金曜日まで働いています。で、平均どれくらい学習しているかというと、3時間ですね。最低でも3時間学習しています。で、この3時間っていうのは、語彙を増やしたり、単語帳をやったり、ネットフリックスを見たり、ポッドキャスト聞いたり、シャドーウィングしたり、こうやってポッドキャスト撮ってみたり、言うたらスピーキングですよね、してみたり、そういうので3時間って言っています。で、これとは別に自分のパートナーが、ウクライナ人で、自分たちは英語で基本コミュニケーションしてるんですけど、この時間っていうのは別にこの3時間には入れてないです。なので別で、3時間とは別で、英会話っていうんですかね、っていうのがあるっていう感じですね。で、どのタイミングで英語学習をしてるかっていうと、仕事に行くとき、通勤時と帰ってくるとき、通勤時と、その後仕事終わった後に家で、勉強しています。仕事の前にはあんまりもうやらなくなりましたね。その代わりに夜やるっていう形にしてます。もう自分が朝方の人間じゃないって分かったので、ちょっと変えました、生活リズムを。そんな感じですかね、今日話したのは。このポッドキャストを撮ろうと思った理由っていうのは、こういう YouTube にね、たくさん英語喋れる方いらっしゃると思うんですけど、英語学習してる身として、そうやってね、ペラペラ喋るってなんかイントネーションおかしいですけど、流暢に、英語を喋る方って、どれくらい一日勉強してるのかなって気になったので、ちょっとそれについて今回撮ろうかなと思って喋りました。はい。そんなところですね。Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. So today, 5th. Can I say that? 5th. So today I want to talk about Expo 2025. I went to Expo today and it was really nice and it was really hot. Really hot. Look, I got burned. Can you see that? Burned. Yeah, but it was really nice. It was the first time. And I thought I should have done more research. It was really complicated. Yeah. And it was really hot. And as I said, it was really hot. I don't take an umbrella usually, but I took it for my partner. I took an umbrella for my partner. If I call it in British English, brolly. I took brolly. I don't usually do that, but I have to do that. You'd better do it. If you don't take an umbrella like me, you'd better take an umbrella. Yeah. And I should have done more research because I didn't know where the countries were and where we could eat food. We could eat food. I should have done more research and I should have booked pavilions beforehand. But next time I'm gonna try. I'm sorry. I just got home. I'm so tired, so I often get stuck on words. Forgive me. Sorry. And I visited Malta and Singapore pavilions. It was really nice. I wanted to visit UK pavilion. However, I had to wait for 2 hours. I couldn't wait for 2 hours, so I gave up and I visited Malta and Singapore. Singapore was really nice and also Malta was nice, and I've talked about Malta a lot in this podcast, so I wanted and I could. It was really nice, and what I found good, that I had opportunities to know countries that are not well known in Japan among Japanese people. I had opportunities to know countries that are not well known among Japanese people. It was really nice. Yeah. If I hadn't visited Expo, I would have known the countries. Even I might have known. Even I might have heard the names of countries. Yes, it was really nice. So, really nice. And I wanted to visit Ukrainian pavilion. We could visit. Yes, it was really nice. I'm sorry. It is an excuse, but I'm so tired. I can't get my story straight. But what I want to say is the Expo was really nice and a bit complicated. So I have to do more research, and the next time I'm gonna try. I would enjoy more. So I've learned many things today, and next time I want to visit UK pavilion. I think pavilion is French, no? It's not English, is it? But anyway, that's it. So I went to Expo today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. ここから日本語で喋っていきたいと思います。今日話した内容としては、エキスポ、万博について話しました。今さっき万博から帰ってきて、その感想を、撮ってるんですけど、ちょっと英語のパートですごく疲れて、ちょっとこれ言い訳になるんですけどすごく疲れていて、話がまとまってなかったり、グラマーだったりボキャブラリーのミスっていうのがすごく目立つと思うんですけど、そこは、すみませんと。はい。それは一旦置いといて、エキスポどうだったのかっていうと、すごく良かったですね。で、最初に話しているのはめちゃくちゃ暑かったと。めちゃくちゃ暑かったですね。良かったんですけど、めちゃくちゃ暑かった。 8月に行くのはちょっとあんまりおすすめしないかなって思いましたね。で、もう一つ思ったのが、もっとリサーチとかした方が良かったなって思います。特にパビリオンの予約ですね。パビリオンの予約はもっと事前にしとくべきだと思いました。現地でこう用意どんでパビリオンを巡るのはなかなか難しいなって思いましたね。で、今日行ったのがシンガポールとマルタと、あと他いろいろ行けたんですけど、大きいのはマルタとシンガポールに行きました。どっちもすごく良かったですね。イギリスも行きたかったんですけど、ちょっと UK パビリオン、イギリスのパビリオンがすごく並んでて、2時間待ちとかだったので、ちょっとそれはこの炎天下の中厳しいなっていうあれで、行かなかったんですけど、マルタに行けてよかったですね。シンガポールもすごく良かったです。で、一番何が良かったかっていうと、こうなんて言うんでしょうね、日本で馴染みのない国のことについて、知ることができてすごく良かったですね。コモンズっていうその各国が集まっている、施設っていうか、コーナーがあるんですけど、そこに日本であんまり馴染みのない国とかが集結してるんですけど、そこでいろいろと知ることができてよかったですね。それが一番良かったかなって思います。どんな国なのかとか、エキスポに行かなかったら、知る機会がない国々とかいっぱいあって、いろいろ知れてよかったですね。それが一番良かったかもしれないですね。すごく興味深かったですね。はい。で、やっぱり1回ではエキスポはちょっと回りきれないので、また何回か行きたいと思います。はい。という話をしました。Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. So today is 6th. Can I say that? 6th. Alright. So today I want to talk about it is nice to be able to speak English. Yep, of course I knew it. I knew it was nice, but yesterday I was talking about Expo, and today I will talk about Expo again. So yesterday I went to Expo 2025 with my partner, and she's Ukrainian, and we communicate in English. So the staff at Expo asked us first, "Can you speak English?" And we said, "Yes, we can speak English," and they explained their culture and various things to us in English. And I was like, "Oh, I'm abroad." I'm abroad. It is really nice because I could know their culture and their things in English, in a language that I love. So, which is really nice, and I wanted to know their culture, many things in English. I wanted to communicate the stuff in English. So that was really nice. And yeah, and actually some staff came to Japan just to work at the expo, so some staff find the Japanese language difficult. So, you know what, once I say I can speak English, and we start speaking in English. So speaking English brings us closer, which is really nice. I was like, we're closer. Of course, it is much easier for me to speak in Japanese because I'm a native speaker, Japanese native speaker. However, it seems easier for them to communicate in English, and I wanted opportunities to to speak with in English. So it was really nice. Yeah, and I thought it was nice. It was great to be able to speak English. But on the other hand, I thought, okay, my English skills were not enough. I was like, I had to study harder because I couldn't understand some points. Yeah, to be honest, sometimes I pretended to understand what they said. But yeah, so I need to study harder. However, it was really great. Yeah, I learned many new things in English. So it was great. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. ここから日本語で喋っていきたいと思います。今日喋った内容としては、英語が喋れるってやっぱりいいなっていう話をしました。なぜこの話をしたかというと、昨日エキスポに行って、そう感じたんですね。英語が喋れるっていいなと。なぜそういうふうに思ったかというと、向こうの、エキスポのスタッフの方たち、ほぼほぼ外国人なんですよね。外国人の方で、その人たちと英語でコミュニケーションできて、それがすごく楽しかったと。自分は、パートナーとエキスポに行きました。自分のパートナーはウクライナ人で、自分たちは英語でコミュニケーションしてるんですけど、やっぱりそれを、スタッフの方たちが見たときに、聞いたときに、英語喋れますかって聞いてきて、で、英語喋れますと。そしたら、向こうの方たちも、英語で説明を始めるんですね。文化だったり、その人たちの文化だったり、その、パビリオンの展示しているもののことだったり、そういうのを英語で話してくださって、それがすごく楽しかったですね。やっぱり英語で話を聞きたいなとも思ってたし、コミュニケーションしたいなとも思ってたので、それがすごく良かったですね。で、やっぱりそのエキスポで働かれてる人ってこのエキスポのためだけに日本に来てる方がほとんどなので、やっぱり日本語喋れる、喋ってましたね。喋れるとは思うんですけど、やっぱり英語の方が全然スタッフの人たちにとって、楽だと思うので、やっぱり英語で喋れた方がこう距離が近いなっていう、気がしましたね。だから英語っていいなと。そうよりこうなんていうんだろうな、こう近い距離で話せるっていいなと思いましたね。はい。それと同時にやっぱりまだ自分の英語力はまだまだだなって思って、こう理解できない部分も多少なりともあったんですよね。だからこうなんか分かってるふりをちょっとしてしまった時もあって、まだ全然やることばっかりだなって思いましたね。でも総じて楽しかった。英語でコミュニケーションも取れて、英語でその人たちの文化も知れて、すごくいい時間でしたっていう話を今日はしました。Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. So, today, 7th. Can you say that? 7th. Alright. So, today I want to talk about once I know the culture, I want to know the language. Okay? I'm gonna talk about Expo again. Sorry, I've talked about this topic a lot. However, it was really nice, so I wanna talk about it again. So 2 days ago, I went to Expo and I learned many things. I learned the cultures of different countries. It was really nice. And what was the most interesting thing? So the cultures of African countries were among the most interesting things. Yeah, it was the most interesting. It was new. It was new to me because before going to Expo, I didn't know African cultures at all. Of course, I still need to know African cultures more. However, I've learned many things, and as I said, once I know the culture, I want to know the language, because in my opinion, the language and the personality and the culture, they are linked. If I want to know the culture, it feels like I need to learn the language, and if I want to learn the language, I think I need to learn the culture. They are linked. So, and I want to learn the culture, and I'm also interested in learning languages because I love learning languages. I've got many languages I want to know, I want to learn. So yeah, what should I do? But anyway, one day I want to learn African languages. I don't know which language, but I'm interested in it. And yeah, and I thought I understood how multilingual people start learning languages. I think I've talked about this topic before. I said I couldn't understand how they started learning languages. Various, some people can speak 10 languages, and I didn't know how they start doing it, learning languages. But it feels like I understood how multilingual people start learning different languages. Yeah. What should I do? I've got many languages I wanna learn. Anyway, today I was talking about Expo again. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Today, 8th. Can I say that? 8th. Alright. So, today I want to talk about I want a MacBook Pro. I've been talking a lot about English and languages, so I think you might have got bored. So I'm gonna talk about personal things. There is MacBook Pro. I bought this MacBook Pro in 2018, so which means my MacBook doesn't have Apple Silicon, and it is quite old. I bought this one with my first year bonus, so it is memorable. I studied abroad in the UK and Malta. I've done many things with this, and I still do. Editing, studying, what else? Watching Netflix, YouTube videos. I do everything on this laptop. However, as I said, I bought it in 2018. It is so old and it doesn't work well. It is an excuse, but I want to upload this podcast every day. However, I can't do that because of this one. It takes time to edit, it takes time to export and upload on YouTube. That's why I can't do that. And it feels like it is about time that I changed. I bought a new one, and I've decided on the model, but I'm worried about memory. I yeah, the model I want is MacBook Pro M4 Pro and 1 terabyte, and CPU is 16 and GPU is 20, but I haven't decided on the memory. I'm not sure if I need 24 gigabytes. I'm not sure if 24 gigabytes is enough. I can't decide, but I have to do that. Yeah, because this laptop doesn't work. So, yep. Sorry, if you are not interested in gadgets or MacBook things, maybe you find this episode boring. However, it feels like I've talked about English languages and learning English a lot. So sometimes I'd better speak about personal things. Right. So that's it. Is it short? I've recorded for 4 minutes. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. ここから日本語で喋っていきたいと思います。今日話した内容としては MacBook が欲しいっていうことについて話しました。はい。これまで英語だったり言語の話、英語学習の話っていうのをもうちょっとたくさんしてきたので、そろそろ飽きてくるんじゃないかなと思ったので、たまにはこういうふうな個人的な話をしようかなと思い、話しました。で、冒頭で話したのが、この MacBook は2018年に買いました。自分の社会人初ボーナスで買いました。なので、思い出深いんですけど、2018年に買ったっていうことはこの MacBook Apple シリコンを積んでないんですね。だからすごく重たいと。で、なんていうんですかね、一番ローモデルのやつを買ったのでメモリとかも最低限しか入ってないんですね。確か16かな、そんなんですけど、16もないかな、8とか、いや 8か16なんですけど、そうで、言い訳になるんですけど、このポッドキャストも毎日上げたいんですけど、この Mac がちょっと古すぎるのでエディットにもこう書き出しにもアップロードにも時間がかかるっていうところで、毎日できていないと、そういう話もしました。で、最後に話したのが、モデルはもうすでに決まってるんですけど、メモリの方を24か48どちらにしようか迷っているっていう話もしました。モデルとしては MacBook Pro の M4 Pro の1テラの CPU かな、 CPU16 GPU20 かな、でメモリが48か24かで迷ってるみたいな話もしました。今日はそんなところですね。すごく個人的な話で、ガジェット系だったり Mac 全然興味なければちょっと退屈なエピソードになってしまったんですけど、はい、そんなところです。はい。Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. So today, 9th, can I say that? 9th. Alright. So today I want to talk about what I'm afraid of when I become fluent in English. So I'm sorry, I'm in a rush today, so I don't have any scripts. But basically, I don't prepare scripts. But yeah, I don't have anything. Yeah. So anyway, what I'm afraid of. So I was filming a video 1 hour ago, and I often got stuck on words. I was speaking in Japanese. I was filming in Japanese, but I couldn't speak well because You know what? I've talked about this topic. When I speak in Japanese, it feels like I'm supposed to speak well, not stuck on words, and I have to speak fluently. But you know what? This is my native language. Japanese is my native language, so I feels like I'm supposed to speak well, and I have to choose proper word, and I'm often stuck on words. You know what? Because I don't want to think I'm not good at speaking. So, yeah, even in my native language, that's why I I get nervous easily and I get stuck on words. You know what? So, however, does it make sense to you? However, when I speak in English, I don't need to think about it. I don't need to think what others think about, because this is not my native language. You know, English is my second language, and I still learn it. So even when I get stuck on words, and people think, okay, this person is a learner. He still learns English. So I just think so. That's why even I get stuck on words. Maybe the person thinks so. So I don't need to get nervous, and I can speak like this. You know what? Of course, I don't think I can speak well. I can speak like native speakers because I don't get my story straight. I often get stuck on words. However, I think I can speak more fluently than Japanese. I don't know why. Yeah, I know why, because I overthink in Japanese. So, and I said what I'm afraid of when I become fluent in English is once I become fluent in English, I think I'm not sure if I struggle with this problem. I'm sorry, I have to look on the bright side, but I think that way. You know what? When I become fluent in English, it feels like I have to speak well. I can't get stuck on words because I'm fluent in this language, like Japanese. So, yeah. But now I don't need to think about it. You know, after I become fluent in English, I'm gonna think about it. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.